when we started the company in 2006, it was incredibly difficult for what we saw was incredibly difficult for a media buyer to not only effectively, acquire inventory and to sponsor video ad inventory and high quality inventory, but it was impossible for them to really dynamically serve ads, to optimize ads with any great effect. It was a big pain in the butt. For the most part, what we did, having come from the search space, we created a auction-based marketplace that aggregates video ad inventory, in-stream inventory, and allows media buyers to go ahead and sponsor that inventory quickly. But not only that, but to be able to target in any manner possible using any targeting that's available out there from a demographic standpoint, audience segments, sponsoring specific sites, etc. But not only that, but to be able to optimize a campaign to achieve certain performance metrics. So the SpotXchange platform makes that very easy for advertisers to do that. The video ad industry is white hot. There's a ton of money coming in, particularly from TV advertisers. On any given month, SpotXchange is running over 250 unique brands in a marketplace that sees about 30 million calls a day. We're serving ads in 15 different countries and reaching about 100 million people with those ads. What we've seen is that the industry, when their advertising is getting more mature, now these advertisers are really demanding these ads perform to certain metrics. And it's not our jobs to say you should be focused on CTR, you should be focused on completion rates, or just GRPs in terms of how many people or uniques you're reaching. Our jobs are to basically provide the inventory and provide the tools that allow them to maximize the success of their campaigns. And so what we're here doing is announcing our new service called Otto. It's OTTO. He's a little dude, he's cute. He is basically a personification of our learning algorithms. And in essence, he is auto-optimizing campaigns within our marketplace. And for instance, if a customer wants to achieve a certain click-through rate, Otto will evaluate where those ads are being served. It will look at historical performance against certain placements and against certain audience segments, and will optimize the campaign so it steers it away from those placements that are not performing and steer it towards those that are, hence automatically optimizing the campaign for the customer.
So that hasn't been available really, or?
No, it's not available. We're the first offer in video. It is available in display. It's very common in display for large marketplaces, trading desks, DSPs to provide this type of technology. It's not available in the online video context. It was a big demand for us, particularly since we run a fair number of performance-based campaigns. So we will align a customer's business model, their goals with the business model of the campaign. So if click-through rate is important, well then they may very well want to buy inventory on a cost-per-click basis. So 25% of our business is related to cost per click, cost per engagement, cost per completed view. However, about 50% of the time that we spend optimizing these campaigns on a manual basis, that's a lot of time. As you see, it's out of proportion if it's 25% of our revenue. So being able to automate that with our learning algorithms, not only have we delivered something that the customer wants and better results, but also we've saved a lot of money in terms of operations.
Give us an overview on video ad networks, video ad technology. You could go on forever. It's sort of mysterious, and of course it's changing. What's sort of the scope of the industry, and where do you guys fit into that?
How we describe ourselves is a video ad marketplace. We stay away from just saying we're a video ad network. and we don't say we're an exchange. And there is a distinction between the two. We ride in between, if you will. And what I mean by that is a video ad network, we provide a lot of reach, and we provide the best targeting tools that are available out there. And we will sell on a guaranteed impression basis, which a lot of agencies and clients are looking for at a certain CPM. However, our marketplace is really an auction. Every single call that comes into our marketplace, we are auctioning off to a competing set of advertisers. And those advertisers are bidding on various targeting elements. And again, as I mentioned, are paying on different business models. The other important distinction between us and, say, an ad network is that our marketplace is open. And so what I mean by open is that we've created a real-time bidding API that allows the other players in this industry, which are demand-side platforms, or more commonly known as DSPs, trading desks, which is becoming more and more popular with the major holding companies and agencies out there, where they're building their own exchanges. In essence, we're providing them the opportunity on a real-time basis to participate in our auction. And when we get a call from a publisher, we actually not only have the internal auction within our marketplace for those that have seats on our exchange, but we actually make it available to the DSPs and trading desks to see if they also want to participate. And ultimately what we're trying to do is increase competition within the marketplace, and therefore increase the value of all our publishers' inventory and increase the CPM that essentially the marketplace is paying them for their video ad inventory.
What's happening in terms of the CPMs or cost per click or the economics of online video?
It depends on the time of year. Q4, it's incredibly competitive. So CPMs that normally are at the $4, $5, $6 range, just as an example, maybe triple that by the time Christmas comes around. So December is very competitive. In January, it opens up and then starts to build throughout the year. So it's a hard question to answer because there's the seasonal element, and I think the real-time nature of the internet and the real-time, you making inventory available on a real-time basis, you see the fluctuations in terms of pricing. But there's no doubt it's an incredibly hot space, and what we're doing is not only adding the competition to our marketplace, but also providing new and innovative tools to reduce waste like auto, and providing new targeting technologies, allowing people to target down to the segment or interests, or allow these advertisers to share their data with us to tell us when we should serve an ad to certain people. All of that, I think, has the net effect of driving prices up, and that's what we've seen in our marketplace. I compare it to Google's AdWords. Right? So they've provided, obviously, a very competitive marketplace for search queries, and the more competition they can introduce into it, the higher their cost per click rates are going to go. And that's exactly what we do. So when a call comes in from a publisher, we're going to look at who that person is, what contextually, what is that video, what time of day is it where that person is. Of course, looking at the demographics, psychographics, and intent of that person. And the more we can bubble up into our marketplace and expose to our advertisers, the more they're going to value that, and the more they're going to bid in terms of CPM.
And Mike, one last question. You guys raised some money in December. Tell us about the funding and what's happening for the company.
Yeah, so we raised $12 million in December from HIG Growth Capital. And, we were already profitable. We were already growing at a great clip. However, we really wanted to invest in a number of things. One, sales and marketing, and two, opening up international offices. About 30% of our revenue right now is being driven from those 15 countries outside of the U.S. We plan to be in 30 countries within the next, I would say, 1 to 2 quarters. and we plan to open about 6 to 8 offices outside the U.S. in the next 12 to 18 months.